Huge hugs to our subscribers and a special thank you to Don and Joe. This time on Sailing Intermission, we did some dancing.
We raised the main and did some great sailing.
We had warmer weather and much better winds.
We went to the beach and Karen was doing some twirling.
Had some awesome hors d'oeuvres, wonderful hospitality, and great conversation with a wonderful cruising couple.
Too many cuts spoiled the stew. Is that what it is?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I want to go 40 degrees off.
No, I want to go 60 degrees off.
60?
That'd be a crazy ride.
Man. Well, since my hand's on the wheel.
True.
Uh-oh.
You know, captaining isn't exactly a couple's thing.
Hey. Well, Karen's starting to strip, so we know it's getting warmer. What will be next? I actually want to see her naked.
Hey, can't do that.
No.
Well, not with the camera anyway. That's a behind the scenes kind of thing.
Uh-huh. But we are working on our Patreon.
True.
Well, it must be warmer.
Mm-hmm. Waiting for those lazy, crazy, hazy days of summer. Or however that goes.
Lazy day, Sunday afternoon.
That's a good tune. And you sing it so well.
We all know I sing like
Can't
crap.
say that.
Well, here's Karen back at the helm. Nice day. I think it was blowing about 14, maybe.
14 to 16.
Yeah. So we raised the main. It's about 375 square feet. Our jib's about 425 because we carry around 800 square of sail. We thought we'd just kind of raise the main, see how it goes. Sailing Intermission is privileged to have met a sailing couple, Joe and Dawn. They've cruised extensively, both in the Caribbean and in the Mediterranean. They own a 461 Morgan sailboat that they refitted extensively. And they have some unique stories that we really wanted to bring to all of y'all.
And we want to thank them for sharing, and let's go talk to them.
I can't thank you enough for doing this and giving us some great knowledge. And I guess the first thing I'm kind of wondering is what led y'all to the love of sailing and cruising?
Well, I've been sailing since I was 14. I was raised in New Orleans on Lake Pontchartrain. Saw Sea Scouts as I was preteen in the marina. Asked my dad about them. He got me up, joined the Sea Scouts when I was 14. We sailed from New Orleans to Bahamas, New Orleans to Yucatan, New Orleans to Puerto Rico, New Orleans to Jamaica. And I said, this is what I'm going to do someday if I ever grow up, which may happen any day now.
Right. We never grow up, right?
And Don, I understand you don't have quite as long of a history with sailing per se, but you do with lakes and boats.
Lakes and boats, inland lakes, yeah. I grew up on a lake as a kid, and I've always enjoyed the water. Need to be around the water. Love water. I was always a power boat girl, though. So I didn't know anything about sailing until I met Joe. As a child, I did sail like a little sunfish,
Oh,
but my
okay,
only
yeah.
experience with that was turning it over and losing the mast.
Which could be why you didn't go into sailing for a while.
Could be, could be.
Yeah.
So tell us about your boat.
Boat's name is Pixie Dust. It's a Morgan 461, as Steve mentioned. It's a lot like our owner. It's kind of old, kind of heavy, but strong and dependable.
There you go.
I wanted a boat that had certain accommodations. It's going to be my home. I have to have living space. I like the boat for a number of reasons. It's not a high performance boat. It's not a fast boat. But when you have rough seas, she takes the rough seas with authority. And I was happy with that. Plenty of living room. It's a very comfortable boat. I've had her since 1993 when I retired from the Marine Corps, my first career. And year by year I would continue to work on her, added solar panels, wind generator, all new electronics, a generator, on and on and on. The list goes on. And finally, when I retired from my second career as a defense contractor, the boat was ready and so was I.
Wow. Sounds like an old girl with lots of new stuff.
Pretty much.
And a lot of makeup and paint.
Yeah.
Not so much
Well,
makeup.
whatever floats your boat. So bought in the U.S. in Florida, and now she sits in Turkey.
Finicky
Correct.
turkey.
And so tell us about that journey.
Wow.
That's
I mean,
what-
that's
I might want
nuts.
to break that
That's
up
a
a
big
little bit.
question, isn't it?
We started. Dawn joined me. I was single-handed for a while. Dawn's made that happen.
Awesome.
Were it not for Dawn, I would could tell you about all the tiki bars and all the marinas that I've been to and nothing else.
For you, Don.
I did add something.
Absolutely, absolutely. But what's the most exciting? And also, on the other side of that, what's the most challenging about living on a boat?
I'm going to answer it backwards. The most challenging is laundry
And
and grocery shopping. That's the most challenging. You can't just pick up a phone, and you certainly don't get deliveries. Well, you can get deliveries, but anyway, yeah, that's not easy. The most exciting, freedom.
Freedom, opportunities to explore the world. You know,
Go where you want to go.
we've been all over Europe and all over the Mediterranean. We got to the Virgin Islands and we said, "Gosh, this is nice here. Let's spend a couple of months here." Okay, a year and a half later, we left.
yeah,
Freedom.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The most challenging, to answer the second part of your question, parts. parts. And of course, Mediterranean is Europe, and everything's metric.
Right.
Anyone who's going to go over there may want to consider, if you buy a boat over there, you want to buy a European boat that's wired to 220, because there's a lot of issues with the 110, 50 cycle, 60 cycle differences. Parts. The further east we've traveled, from the Virgin Islands to Turkey, has been, parts get harder and harder to find the further east you go.
Interesting. So speaking about parts and things like that, for folks that are getting ready to go sailing and go far places, what are some things that you would consider some must-have, some absolute gotta-have on your boat before you start cruising off somewhere?
Water maker.
You don't have a water maker?
We do.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, a water maker gives you the most freedom. He has added countless things to this boat. But we spent 6 weeks in the Bahamas at the very beginning of our journey without a water maker. And so it was a constant, I'm not going to say struggle, but you had to be very careful about what you used. On our crossing from Morehead City down to Tortola BVI, we put the water maker in, and we've gone as much as 3 months without ever coming to shore.
Wow. Anything else?
I believe in redundancy. I mean, we can generate electricity 4 different ways on the boat, with the alternator, the generator, the wind generator, the solar panels. Redundancy. I always say, one of my favorite sayings is, redundancy is what got Apollo 13 home.
Right.
And I believe in having backup plans.
Well, good advice. Thank you. And I know you all have done transatlantic, so what exactly is that like being out there in the open sea for days, weeks, whatever that was?